I started my development of Beat City with tons of research to do with what I would consider as cyberpunk. I knew I wanted to work more with audio in games, and I also knew I wanted a city in my game. I began coming up with an overall idea for my game and sketching out concept art. This concept art was very rough and not polished, but that's all I need to understand what I want to go with. After I'd done this, I began producing colour ideas and palettes based off of the images I've gathered from my research. I ran a few colour palettes through a survey which I got a few people to complete. This is the final colour idea which was picked. After I'd done this, I began making shaders, which you can see on the ground of the previous screenshots. As you can see from this, the HDR isn't working. This is because I had to downgrade my Unity project and I forgot that I had to install HDRP in the shader graph package. This is the final result. After I'd done this, I began working with scaling objects to do with music. And once I got that working, I built a city in Maya. I don't have much 3D modelling skills, but I used what I knew to model this city. I noticed while recording this that the music scaled in both ways. I wanted it to only scale from the bottom upwards, so I had to do some adjustment in Maya. All I had to do was change the pivot points to the bottom of the buildings. After I'd done that, I added a following camera to the player character, and to give my game a more cyberpunk feel, I made a sun shader using a shader graph. To make the game challenging, I made the player destroy the buildings. I then made some cool looking mountains to wrap around the scene. I then made it so the scene reloads when the player touches the ground, but this would change later on. I then made a shader which could be adjusted via parameters. I made it so the buildings crack a little bit more after each time you bounce on them. After I'd done that, I began working on the combo system for the game. This is the result of the combo system in my game. I added a menu and started planning for my death screen. These were both quite fun to work on. Overall, this game was really fun to work on, and I'm glad with the result. If you want to play my game, the link is in the description.